Next up, at UFC 304, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have King Green taking on Paddy Pimblett. Bobby Green officially changed his name. It is legally changed. He is literally no longer Bobby Green. There is no Robert Green. It is officially King on all of his government paperwork. King Green is 32-15 in his career, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming off the beatdown of Jim Miller. He's taking on Paddy the Baddy, 21-3 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5, riding a 7-fight win streak. King Green's a busy striker. He's got that showboat style, the Roy Jones Jr. with the hands at the waist. Good volume, incredible defense, slick wrestling as a backup plan. He does have 11 knockouts under his belt. That's not typically one-punch power, but he has the volume and the pressure to get those TKOs. He did one-punch Grant Dawson. He also one-punched Al Iaquinta. And most recently...
Oh, I predicted that as well. Got a lot of shit for that.
Most recently, he smoked Jim Miller at UFC 300. He's taking on Paddy the Baddy, who is becoming quite a star.
Oh, Paddy the Body. Oh, Paddy the Body. Oh, Paddy the Body.
Okay.
What's the other song? Where's your head at?
All right, we got to go. Paddy Pimblett, quickly becoming a big-time star, and he's done it pretty quickly. He's a well-rounded guy, good amount of experience. He can be hittable because he tends to keep that chin just right up in the sky. But he has very solid striking offense, a ton of volume. Very, very smooth grappler who flows well on the ground. And if he shores some things up, meaning puts that chin down, he can be a really big deal in this sport. He is coming off the decision over a very, very old Tony Ferguson. I was excited. I saw this on paper and I said, boom. King Green, actually, it was Bobby at the time, is going to smoke here. He's just such a better striker. He's the more technical striker here. The takedown defense should be there. He should win this fight. I went to go check the odds. He was a favorite. Not a huge favorite, but he was a favorite. I did bet a little bit on him. Half a unit, minus 129. As the week goes on, I'm getting a little nervous. I am getting nervous. I'm nervous for my half a unit because while I do think Bobby is going to be the better overall striker, he should have the takedown defense. But if he doesn't, if he gives up even one takedown, Paddy might not submit him, but Paddy sticks to you like an extra layer of skin. He's not a guy you just stand up on. He's not a guy you shake easily. And while he does keep his chin straight up in the air, King Green isn't exactly, he's got a couple of one-punch knockouts, but he's not like, you better watch out, here it comes. So I do think he wins. I've got the bet on him. But I don't know, all the extra footage I'm watching, all the interviews, all that stuff, there's just something about Paddy, the insane shape he put himself in the last 6 months. There's something about Paddy that tells me I'm going to lose that bet and he's going to look good here. But at the end of the day, Bobby Green or King Green is probably the better striker. And he definitely has more experience, and he should have the takedown defense to keep it standing. So I went that route. I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm a little nervous about it. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Do you want to bet this one?
I already did, so no.
Jesus, Angelo. Yeah, I'm a big fan of King Green. I don't know if I've ever picked against King Green. Actually, I think I probably had Grant Dawson in that fight. I literally picked King Green in the Islam fight. I was like, I think he can give him problems. He's got good takedown defense, all this stuff, and then he kind of got steamrolled. But that is Islam. Obviously, everyone knows who King Green is. I mean, as I mentioned, he's a Philly show guy. He wants to throw out volume. He gets stronger as the fight goes. And I mentioned in my quick pick video, this could turn into one of those fights where it is like Paddy starts here and King Green starts here, and then as the fight goes, it kind of goes like this. And then eventually, late second round, they pass kind of cross. And the farther that this fight goes, I think it's going to favor a guy like King Green. But I believe that Paddy the Baddy is going to go back to that grappling style. Now, he's not the best wrestler in the world. He's got an okay single. But what he does really good is his judo. And he got kind of shit for it because I think Jordan Levitt was like, oh, people learn judo because they're not tough enough to learn how to wrestle type of situation. And then he kind of got smoked.
That to it.
Yeah, then he kind of got smoked. But he does have good judo. And as Angelo Angelo mentioned, he's a very, very good grappler. That's what he does best. He's not, I know he's got these knockouts and stuff, but he's not a very good striker. He can do it, but he wants to be on the ground. The reason I think he's going to grapple is because he's already kind of like baiting King Green, like that stupid, I bet he won't wrestle me. I bet he won't go to the ground with me. I think that Paddy's going to go back to what he knows best. I believe that he knows that as he keeps moving up and he gets these tougher fights, he can't keep fucking around on the feet. Do what you do best to win fights. I think having kids, his twins, is going to help him settle down a little bit, understand if I want to keep doing this, let me just win the fight that's the best to my ability. I believe he's going to blitz in to get those clinches, use that judo, and as you mentioned, when he gets on top of somebody, it's hard to get him off, and I think he's got that submission ability. So I'm going Paddy here, but if he does, especially if he does grapple heavy early, and he's not getting that finish, I am going to be worried because he's shown that he will slow down, and King just kind of keeps getting better and better as the fight goes on. So I'm going Paddy here. I haven't bet it. I probably will eventually, but I love King. That's my dude.
100%. I wish he was a little younger. 37's like, 36, not terrible. 37, I feel like the drop-off gets a little steeper at these lighter weights. The heavier you are, the bigger you are, you can last a little longer. He
looked sharp against
he looked great, but he was a 37-year-old fighting a 40-year-old. You know what I mean? So, like, when was the last time King Green fought a younger, hungrier guy?
Grant Dawson.
Yeah, I mean, he sneezed.
He
sneezed, and then Grant got knocked out. No, it would be before that when he fought Jared Gordon, and there was the headbutt. He didn't look great, and then there was the head clash. So then it was a no contest. So I do think he wins. I bet on him. I think he wins. I think he's just straight up.
Get knocked out.
It's very simple. It's a straightforward breakdown. I think King is the better striker, and I think his takedown defense will keep it on its feet. Your analogy of that was actually great. Good job on you.
Thank you. And the visual was fantastic as well. I struggled. I said I did the same thing in my quick pick video, and I struggled because I started right here. And then I was trying to, like a weatherman, I was like trying to figure out like a weatherman how to keep the graph in bounds. But the funny thing that happened this week too is I watched the Embedded today, and obviously King's on the Embedded. He's a great dude. He's a personal guy, but he's at a restaurant, and he's like, yeah, I try to keep things pretty vegan. Sometimes I'll eat fish or whatever, but I try to keep things pretty vegan these days. Guess what he was eating?
What?
A plate of scrambled fucking eggs. He was like, yeah, I try to keep things pretty vegan these days. I'll eat fish occasionally. He's got a plate of fucking scrambled eggs in front of him. It's like, Jesus, King. I thought that was pretty funny. Some of the comments were calling it out as well. Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah. Even that's not even vegetarian.
That could be one of the worst vegan things to eat. Just a scrambled up chicken baby.
Dead baby.
I'm pretty vegan. It's like, whoa.
In Park and Rec, what's his name? Ansari calls them pre-chickens. Yeah, that was a good clip. $8,200 for our king. $8,000 for Paddy Pims. I don't know, man. I'm probably not going to touch it in DraftKings because I don't necessarily think there'll be. Oh, you're yelling at the dog. I was like, I know there's not another person in there. Yeah, look at him pretend there's a woman within 200 yards of him because I promise you there is not. Anyway, $8,200 for Bobby Green. I don't know if I can spend it because I don't know how busy he's going to be. This is a fight I'll do a little more investigating. Check out the DraftKings video at the end of the week. And you can also check out the greatest research tool in the history of time. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's $10 a month. You will unlock the Data Analyzer, which is going to have every single data point you could ever want or need. You can stack filters. It'll spit out a chart, and then you click a few buttons on that chart, and you will instantly be brought to the video to watch that tape with your own eyes. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top.
Sorry about that.
You got that squared away? She's good?
She seems well fed.
Was that your fat fuck dog arguing for food right now?
My dog doesn't argue for food. I have a normal dog.
So why are you telling her to be quiet? That's not normally what you do.
What are you talking about?
Who were you just talking to?
I don't think that's any of your goddamn business.
Yeah, I agree. Because you guys can't see the room. That's a closet. There's nothing in front of him. So when he's looking this way, he's literally looking at an empty wall. having a fake conversation. It's what a wild scene.
It's weird that you're so insecure that you just have to make up random stuff. At least everything I say about you is true.
Yeah. Oh, that tattoo? Sure.